If your training routine doesn't include any of these 5 exercises, there's a strong chance something's missing. Every man needs to incorporate certain fundamental movements into his workouts. Moves that not only build strength and muscle mass but also boost testosterone, improve functional movement, enhance flexibility, and even support libido. Today, we'll cover the 5 most essential exercises no man should ignore, breaking down their execution, benefits, and the mistakes you absolutely must avoid. First, the deadlift. Arguably the most comprehensive exercise ever invented, it targets your entire posterior chain, hamstrings, glutes, lower back, and traps, while also recruiting your quads, forearms, and core to stabilize the lift. Research in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research shows that heavy, compound lifts like the deadlift can spike testosterone levels by up to 25% during and after training, creating the perfect hormonal environment for muscle growth and fat loss. It's also one of the best exercises for improving grip strength, a proven predictor of longevity and overall health in men. To perform a deadlift perfectly, stand with your feet shoulder width apart with the barbell over the middle of your feet. Bend at the hips and knees, keeping your spine neutral, not overly arched or rounded. Grip the bar just outside shoulder width, ideally using a mixed grip for heavier loads. Take a deep breath, brace your core, and push into the ground through your heels, driving your hips and shoulders up simultaneously while keeping the bar close to your legs. At the top, lock your shoulders back with your chest proud, then lower the bar by first hinging at the hips, then bending your knees, always maintaining that neutral spine. Common faults include rounding the lower back, often from trying to lift too much weight without proper bracing, and letting the bar drift away from the body, which exponentially increases the stress on your lumbar spine and robs you of mechanical advantage. For solid strength gains, aim for 3 to 4 sets of 4 to 6 reps, or if hypertrophy is your goal, 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps, resting 2 to 3 minutes between sets to ensure you can maintain impeccable form. Next up, the bench press, an absolute must-have for any serious lifter. This classic lift focuses on your pectoralis major, anterior deltoids, and triceps, while also engaging your serratus, coracobrachialis, and latissimus dorsi as stabilizers. Developing a powerful upper chest not only broadens your physique but also translates directly to everyday pushing tasks. Moreover, bench pressing has been shown to increase bone density in the upper body, delivering strength and resilience that lasts a lifetime. If you're ready to build a stronger, more functional, and hormonally primed body, stay tuned as we break down the remaining 3 essential exercises. As we age, preserving bone density becomes crucial. After all, men begin losing bone mass around age 40, so the bench press isn't just about chest size, it's about long-term skeletal health. To perform it perfectly, lie flat on the bench with your feet planted firmly, your eyes directly under the bar, and grip the bar just wider than shoulder width so your wrists remain straight and aligned with your forearms. Grip width matters. Wisconsin researchers found that a narrow grip boosts triceps activation by up to 37% versus a wide grip, whereas a wider grip maximizes pectoral fiber recruitment. Once you've unracked the bar into its start position above your chest, pinch your shoulder blades together and down to create a natural lumbar arch, both protecting your shoulders and optimizing chest engagement. Inhale as you lower the bar under full control, no freefall, until it touches at nipple height, elbows flared about 45 degrees to your torso, then exhale forcefully as you press straight up to full lockout. Common mistakes include excessive lumbar arching, which strains the lower back, bouncing the bar off your chest, which removes tension and risks injury, pressing too high or too low on the torso, which irritates the shoulders, and letting your elbows flare excessively, which overloads the shoulder joint. For strength, aim for 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps. For size, 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 12. Rotate between barbell, dumbbell, and machine bench variations periodically to stimulate different muscle fibers and avoid plateaus. Next is the pull-up, the king of upper back moves and essential for crafting that coveted V-shaped torso. Pull-ups build true functional strength by teaching you to manipulate your own body weight, a skill that translates to athletic performance in everyday tasks, from latissimus dorsi and teres major to rhomboids and biceps. European Journal of Applied Physiology research shows pronated pull-ups, palms facing away. Activate the lats 12% more than supinated, chin up, grip. Though supinated grip allows greater overall load by recruiting more biceps. To execute a flawless pull-up, hang from the bar with arms fully extended, hands just wider than shoulder width, then pack your shoulders, drawing the scapulae down and back, to engage your back muscles before any elbow bend. From this stable position, pull your chest toward the bar, keeping your body straight and avoiding kipping or swinging. Lower under control back to full extension. If you can't complete full reps yet, start with assisted pull-ups or band-supported variations, gradually reducing assistance as you build strength. This duo of bench press and pull-up forms the foundation of a balanced upper body, ensuring pushing and pulling muscles develop in harmony for strength, health, and a physique that stands the test of time. As we get older, preserving bone density becomes absolutely critical. Men start losing bone mass around age 40. So the bench press isn't just for building a powerful chest, it's an investment in your long-term skeletal health. To nail it every rep, lie flat with your feet firmly planted, eyes under the bar, grip slightly wider than shoulder width so your wrists stay straight and aligned with your forearms, and know that grip width drastically shifts muscle emphasis. Research out of Wisconsin shows a narrow grip boosts triceps activation by up to 37%, while a wider grip lights up more pectoral fibers. Before you press, pinch your shoulder blades together and down to create that natural lumbar arch. This not only shields your shoulders but also maximizes your chest's engagement. Then inhale and glide the bar down under full control to nipple level, elbows at about a 45-degree angle, before exhaling to drive the bar back up in a straight line. Common mistakes like bouncing the bar off your chest, letting your elbows flare, arching your lower back excessively, or pressing too high or too low all raise your injury risk and rob you of gains. For strength, aim for 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps, for size, 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 12, and switch between barbells, dumbbells, and machines periodically to keep your muscles guessing. Next, pull-ups are the undisputed king of upper back development and essential for cultivating that coveted V-shape. Hang from a bar with your arms fully extended, hands just outside shoulder width, then pack your shoulders by drawing your scapulae down and back to engage your lats before you pull. Drive your elbows down and back, think about bringing your chest to the bar, keep your gaze slightly upward to maintain alignment, and squeeze your shoulder blades together at the top, your collarbones should approach bar level. Lower under control the full range, resisting gravity to maximize tension. Avoid kipping or swinging, incomplete reps, and neglecting the scapular setup. If you can't yet do strict pull-ups, start with band assistance or negatives from a step, and work up to 3 to 4 sets of 6 to 10 reps with 2 minutes rest. Moving on, the military press is non-negotiable for building strong, sculpted shoulders, one of the most visible markers of an athletic male physique, and for real-world overhead strength. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart, grip the barbell just outside shoulder width, elbows pointing down and slightly forward, core braced and spine neutral. Inhale, press the bar straight up while tucking your head back slightly so it can travel in a perfect vertical path, and lock out with your arms fully extended and shoulders depressed away from your ears. Lower slowly back to the start. Swap to dumbbells periodically to allow each arm its own natural path and to hammer your shoulder stabilizers. You'll correct imbalances and recruit more muscle fiber. Common faults include leaning back to compensate for poor shoulder mobility, letting your elbows drift too far forward, and failing to engage the core, all of which place undue stress on your lower back or shoulder joints. For robust shoulders, perform 3 to 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps for strength, or 3 sets of 10 to 12 for hypertrophy, resting 90 to 120 seconds. Finally, the traditional back squat is the king of leg exercises and a full-body hormonal powerhouse. Just like the deadlift, it elicits massive anabolic responses that spur muscle growth across your entire body, not just your quads and glutes. To squat perfectly, rack the bar across your traps, feet slightly wider than shoulder width with toes turned out, and remember that stance width shifts muscle emphasis. A narrower stance hammers your quads, a wider base recruits more adductors and glutes. Sit back into your hips first, then bend your knees, keeping your chest up and spine neutral, lower until your thighs are at least parallel, then drive through your heels to stand. This pattern enhances femur and spinal bone density, shoring up areas vulnerable to osteoporosis, and improves hip and ankle mobility, common trouble spots for office-bound men. If you're serious about a complete, functional, and hormonally optimal physique, build these 4 movements: bench press, pull-ups, military press, and back squat, into at least one workout each week and watch your strength, posture, and overall health transform. Maintain an upright chest, a neutral spine, and a braced core throughout the squat. Begin each representative by pushing your hips back as if you're sitting into a chair, keeping the weight firmly in your heels and mid-foot. As you descend, ensure your knees track in line with your toes, never collapse inward, and lower until your thighs are at least parallel to the floor, or slightly below if your mobility allows. On the ascent, drive explosively through your heels, keeping your torso tall and your knees aligned. Common mistakes include only performing half squats, letting your heels lift off the ground, rounding your lower back at the bottom, and looking down, which pitches the torso forward. For optimal results, perform 3 to 4 sets of 5 to 8 reps for strength, or 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps for muscular endurance and moderate hypertrophy, resting 2 to 3 minutes between sets. As a bonus movement, don't shy away from hip thrusts. They may get dismissed as female exercises, but they're among the most powerful glute builders you can do. Strong glutes are essential for athletic performance, low back and knee injury prevention, and they even enhance your squat and deadlift. In fact, the gluteus maximus is the largest muscle in the body, so training it well yields massive benefits. Research in the Journal of Applied Biomechanics shows that the hip thrust activates the glute max up to 120% more than a traditional squat. To perform it correctly, sit on the floor with your upper back against a bench, knees bent, and feet planted hip-width apart. Place a padded barbell across your hips, using a bar pad or rolled towel for comfort, and press through your feet to lift your hips until your torso and thighs form a straight line. At the top, squeeze your glutes for 1 second, then lower under control. Avoid rocking to generate momentum, failing to achieve full hip extension, hyperextending your lower back, or letting your quads dominate the movement. For best results, do 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps with 60 to 90 seconds rest. Start unweighted, then progress to dumbbells, plates, or barbells as you grow stronger. Finally, if you want to further boost your testosterone naturally, check out the video appearing on your screen now for evidence-based tips on maximizing this key hormone. Thanks for watching, and God bless you, my friend.